All right, hey guys, this is Avera. This week on this episode of the Ask Avera show, we're going to talk about how did I know I was attracted to other women? So I've actually gotten this question a lot, and I've had a couple of people, I think especially women, ask how I knew there was more of a romantic or sexual element to my attraction to women. So I'm pretty much just gonna give like a bit of my story and how I knew like there was something a bit different concerning how I was attracted to other women. So I think one distinction really needs to be made is that just because you're attracted to another person doesn't mean you're attracted to them romantically or sexually. I'm attracted to my friends. Otherwise, I wouldn't want to be around them. Like I'm attracted to how funny and how just beautiful they are personally or personality wise. I think a lot of my friends are very physically beautiful. I think all of my friends are physically beautiful. But for the vast majority of them, I don't think that there's anything romantic between either of us. So how I knew there was a romantic element, I want to say really started, or I noticed it around towards the end of my sophomore year of high school and then into my junior year. So it really became something romantic with this one girl that I was actually pretty good friends with. She was the first person that told me that she was bisexual, which I don't think I really understood what that meant at the time. I mean, I guess I knew she found herself attracted to both sexes, but I didn't really understand what that implied. And it was kind of hard for me to understand. Whenever I had heard the term gay or lesbian or anything growing up, it was always something negative. It was always something that the guys would say to each other when we were playing football and one of the guys dropped a pass or something like that. It wasn't ever something that was a reality for me. It was just a stupid name that I didn't think that was ever going to transpire into something real, either for my friends or for me. When I first noticed that there was a romantic element with that girl, who was my friend, my sophomore, so I guess like the summer between my sophomore and my junior year of high school, I just remember, I think we went on a beach trip together. I remember really wanting to spend all of my time with her. I remember there was like 4 of my friends in a car, or it was me and 3 other friends in a car. And I wanted to sit next to her so bad. And she didn't sit next to me on the trip there. And I remember being so angry about it. Like I was so mad. And I really didn't know why I was so upset. Well, I mean, I knew I wanted to be next to her, but I didn't know why. And then we were just with each other the whole time at the beach. Anytime she like wandered off, I'd be like, where is she? Like, where'd she go? I want to be next to her. And I remember just having this really powerful reaction, really emotionally and physically, just wanting to be around her almost constantly. And it was insanely frustrating to me. And it was scary, honestly. I didn't know what it was. Things with this girl, they kind of fell out, and we don't really talk that much anymore. But again, my junior year of high school was when everything kind of hit the fan, and there was a girl in my class who I was head over heels for. I don't think I've ever felt that way about a guy or a girl before in my life, and it was so terrifying to me. But really, what it was I wanted to be her number one, and I didn't want really anyone else in her life. I mean, well, I wanted her to have friends, but I wanted her friends to know that I was number one. That I was her best friend. She and I would spend all of her time together. And once we weren't spending time together, then she could spend time with her other friends or like different things like that. And I know it might not be like that for everyone, but there was also a physical component to it. Like I would take any excuse in the world to touch her. Like any excuse in the world to touch her. Even if it was like she had something in her hair, or I thought she had a freckle on her skin that I never saw before, or like something like that. And then there was also the fact that I wanted to kiss her. And I wanted her to know that I didn't want her to leave. I didn't want her out of my life. And it was terrifying to me, honestly. And I really didn't know what to do with it. I mean, cut to now, all these years later, it's definitely better. And my relationship with her is actually a lot better. But yeah, that's, I think, really how I knew that I was attracted to those women. It's just that there was such a physical component. And the feelings that I had always associated with romance towards men, I was feeling toward women. And it wasn't something that I could just put off or something that I could repress. It was something that I actually had to face, something that I still actually have to face. And now, I'm not so scared of. Now I know that it's part of my experience and that I have nothing to be ashamed of. And that, it's just something that I have to deal with. And, I'm not upset about that at all. And I think another comment I get is a lot of people just think I'm ashamed, and I'm definitely not. And just because I don't act on it doesn't mean that I'm ashamed of it, which is a whole nother topic for a whole nother day. But yeah, that's really how I knew. And, there's not much, I guess there's not much else to it. And the experience is different for a lot of different people, but I'm not at all ashamed, and it's just something that I have to deal with, and I'm fine with that. So thank you all so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe if you haven't already. I wrote a support article about this entire topic, so make sure that you check the link in the description and check that out. If you don't follow me on my social media, all of that will be linked down below. I will see you all next Wednesday with another new video. See you.